assist the Hmong people in their battle against the genocide in Laos. And first of all, I want to say thank you to all those who served. You honor us by your presence here. We thank you for the many years that you spent in battle. I would like to try and thank you so much. For you. I would like to put this in terms that people can understand. I served 2 years in Vietnam, but I came home. I knew I was coming home. These gentlemen and thousands of others served from 1961, actually there was some skirmishes before that, until 1975. The people they left behind have suffered for the past 33 years because they supported America in our attempt to stop the spread of communism in Southeast Asia. To put in terms the sacrifices that the Hmong people have made and all the other ethnic groups that were members of the army there in Laos. Charlie had mentioned that they had 40,000 strong. They lost 30,000 killed in action, approximately. That represented 10% of the population of the Hmong people. If we convert that ratio into the number of dead Americans that would have been killed in Vietnam, if we had lost 10% of our population, there would have been 17.5 million dead American soldiers in Vietnam. That is the magnitude of the losses suffered by the Hmong people. Now, to add insult to injury, they then had to leave many of their loved ones behind to try and fend for themselves, and several 100,000 have been slaughtered since then, to come to a new country to try and adjust and to live in this new country, learn new customs and language. But also, I cannot imagine as a veteran having to tell my children and grandchildren what occurred. But they had to wait until 1979 or 1997 to actually have confirmation by the U.S. government that they actually even fought in a war. That is beyond belief. I cannot imagine suffering year after year in battle and then having to treat it as a secret to your children and grandchildren. We have many young people here who probably still do not realize what their grandparents, parents, maybe great-grandparents suffered to help the American forces. They saved untold thousands of American lives by stopping troops, stopping shipments of supplies, coming down through Laos into South Vietnam. They saved down pilots, as mentioned, many other things. So I want you to know that there is a new direction that we have now taken. All the organizations, including the United States veterans, are joining together to take economic action to do the things that are listed on this t-shirt. That is to stop trade, stop investment, stop tourism, and to pressure for them to vote against Laos joining the World Trade Organization until they stop the human rights violations in Laos and Thailand stops sending them back. And I give these words to the rest of the world that the American democratic process has begun with the people that are represented here today. There was 3,000 that met in Milwaukee in Wisconsin. We handed the ambassador to Laos, Mr. Ravik Huso, we had a representative hand him papers on the 20th presenting what we are going to be doing. From here we move to go to Washington, to have rallies to picket the Asia Development Bank, the World Bank, and the International Monetary Fund, because they are using United States taxpayer dollars to fund the country of Laos, which is committing genocide. I don't want to spend my taxpayer dollars to a government that does that. If that does not do the trick, the next step will be to picket every major corporation that does business with Laos. I want to tell you one other thing. The New York Times recently reported that Laos was the #1 tourist destination in the world. Well, apparently they don't know that 3 Americans were arrested out of their hotel. They went there to promote business in Laos, in Vientiane. They were arrested and taken out of their hotel, and we have reports that they've gone through the prison system, and the Laotian government claims they know nothing about it. We do. We know about it, and we know what's happening there, and we will not stop standing up to stop economic development for Laos until the human rights violations are over. Thank each of you. God bless you.